welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my skincare routine. So I have kind of stuck to the same routine for a couple of years. The products kind of shift here and there, as in the brands, but each stage of what I'm trying to do has stayed the same, and I'm having great results so far. I have oily skin and an occasional breakout. Usually it's more of like blackheads and congestion instead of a true whitehead, or even like a cystic pimple, but occasionally I'll have something. I currently have something going right here, which is really cute, but it happens. So I will be showing the products in action as well as talking through each of them as we go. So let's go ahead and start with the morning skincare routine. So in the morning, I don't like to wash my face with a cleanser. I find that just not needed. So I will either splash my skin with water, or if I have a toner, I will use that. So currently I have this Dermalogica Clear Start Micro Pore Mist toner. I actually switched the top for like more of a nozzle. This came from the Ordinary glycolic acid toner, which I use on my body, but they have these really nice nozzles. So I switched that out so that I can use it with a reusable cotton round. I use a reusable cotton round and then just wash them. I put them in like a delicates bag so that they don't get lost without the laundry, to be honest. But these work really well. I've had them for years. You can get them pretty much everywhere now, I would say. So I start with this, just kind of trying to get rid of any oil or moisturizer or any dirt or sweat that I may have accumulated throughout the night. So that's my first step. Then I will do my eye serum. So in the morning, I like a very thin eye product. I still want something to help moisturize, but I don't want something too thick or creamy because I do wear makeup. So I typically use this Ordinary Caffeine Solution 5%. It is fabulous. I can get a bottle of this to last me pretty much the whole year. So I use 2 drops on one of my fingers, kind of split it between the hands, and then just lightly dab it in around my eyes, and it just works really well. I like the consistency. It sinks in without causing like too much oil on the skin for makeup, so it doesn't pill or cause anything to settle weird. So I just really like it, and The Ordinary is a very affordable brand, I would say. A lot of the brands I use are pretty affordable. I don't feel like I need expensive skincare, at least at this point in my life. I'm 27, almost 28, and these are working for me now. Okay, next I do a serum. So in the morning I use a vitamin C serum. My favorite is from Derma E. I have used this for years. That is so great. This is the vitamin C concentrated serum. It has hyaluronic acid and probiotics along with the vitamin C. So I do 2 pumps of this. I put on my face and then down my neck, chest, backs of the hands, kind of the extra I have. And I really like the consistency of this. I also appreciate that when you're close to being done with this, the top actually unscrews so you can dump everything out. I don't know, it just makes a difference for me. So I like using this. It helps kind of brighten. It does have hyaluronic acid to just offer a little bit of hydration for me. And then the last step in my morning skincare routine is sunscreen. So I do wear sunscreen every day. I use it as my moisturizer. So right now in the winter time, I'm using one from Dermalogica. In the summer, I like a Paula's Choice one that's a lot thinner, but right now this is really nice. So this is the Clearing Defense SPF 30. I tried to stick with SPF 30 or above for my face. This is a mattifying sunscreen, so that's why I particularly like it. I was kindly gifted some of these Clear Start products, but this one I definitely like. I've gone through one before, and this is my second one now. So this is great for the winter time for me. And then I currently have another sunscreen that I'm just trying to use up. It's an SPF 15 from Olay, and I'm just using it on my neck, chest, backs, my hands to get a little bit of protection there, but it's not high enough for me to want to use it on my face. So I didn't want to go to waste. I found a compromise. But if I don't have another sunscreen that I'm trying to work through, I would just use my normal one on those areas as well. And then the last step in the morning is I always have a lip balm in my bathrooms. So this is the one that's in my bathroom. I put it on, just so that my lips feel moisturized, especially now in the winter time, they're drying out a little bit. But that is my morning routine. So really my goals for the morning, I'm trying to hydrate my skin. I'm trying to add a little bit of protection and brightness. And these products work really well for me. I will occasionally switch them out. Like there are the Bliss Vitamin C serum I like as well. Or if I have little samples of a vitamin C serum, I will rotate those in. But typically the ingredients itself and what I'm looking to do stay the same. All right, let's shift into evening. So on the nights that I wear makeup, that's the first thing I do is I take off my makeup. And to do so, I use two products. So the first is the Good Molecules Instant Cleansing Balm. This is my favorite cleansing balm. I do prefer the balm experience, I would say, over an oil, but it's great. It comes with a little spatula. I just keep it in there. You could put it to the side, and you really don't need much because it comes down to this really thin oil. So a little bit goes a long way. But I use this all over my face to gently massage and loosen up the makeup. And then I use a makeup eraser. So I've had this for a few years. You just machine wash it. I wash it once a week. I do, after I use it, try to rinse it under just to get any immediate makeup off. But this machine washes really well. And you don't technically have to use a makeup removing product. I just find that I don't need to rub as much when I use it. So I pair them together and it works really well. But this is amazing. They make little minis too. And then depending on how my lips are feeling, so in the winter time, I do this more often than like the rest of the year, but I may exfoliate my lips. I just have a Lush lip scrub. This is the candy cane one. They have all sorts of different flavors. But I just find that these work really well. Again, I don't use it every day, but on occasion when I feel like my lips need a little bit of help, they're feeling a little chapped or flaky, this does the trick for me. So I do like to have this in my skincare area if I do want to use it. So after my makeup is off, then I cleanse my skin. And right now I'm using the Breakout Clearing Foam Wash from Clear Start. Again, this was gifted to me. I really like any gel cleanser. I personally don't prefer cream cleansers. They feel a little bit too heavy on my oily skin, like they leave a film almost. So they're not my favorite, but I do like the gel. This one has salicylic acid in it. It's not a requirement for my cleanser though. So I just like to use any sort of cleanser that's gel-based that's going to foam up and help me kind of get into, the pores and everything on my skin. I know that this is going to sound so obvious, but I've found that my skin was reacting a lot better. I was having fewer breakouts when I cleansed my skin a little bit longer. So I would just quickly, foam it up, throw it on my face, and then rinse it off. But I found that if I take the time to really kind of work each section, my chin, my nose, my forehead, all of that, and just give it a little bit of extra time, my skin is a little bit clearer. So I'm sure that's probably obvious, but I thought I'd mention it because it kind of blew my mind. So any cleanser kind of works for that, I've found. But, just spending a little bit of extra time to get any, residual makeup or dirt or oil off the skin has helped me quite a bit. Okay, so after my skin is all clean, I do pat it dry with a towel, and then I go in with an eye cream. I like to use a retinol eye cream. I originally got on them because of the Glow Recipe Avocado retinol eye balm, and now I'm using the Inky List retinol eye cream. This works really well for me. I just squeeze a little bit out of my finger, kind of again dab it between the two and work it around. Especially kind of this outer side, I'm starting to get some fine lines on the outside of my eyes, so I just like to make sure that that gets treated. But I've had no irritations with this. It's really, really lightweight and comfortable. I would definitely recommend if you're looking for like a active eye cream, like an active ingredient eye cream. This has been great. I'm sure the concentration is a lot lower than others, but again, for me and where I'm at in my life, this is okay. I don't need to use the like maximum potency. Just a beginner pack is good for me. So I like this. I have repurchased this. And then we get into the serum. So at night, I just use one serum, and I try to make that my active ingredient to like treat my skin in some sort of way. So I have a rotation of 3 different serums. So how I do this is I have it lined up on my, on my shelf, and I will use it and then put it at the end of the line and rotate through that way. So the first one, the one that I'm using in this clip, is the Good Molecules Overnight Exfoliating Treatment. So I like to use something like an AHA or BHA to help exfoliate my skin and keep everything kind of clean, I would say. So the AHA really helps with the surface level for me. I can feel a difference when I use it. The texture of my skin in the morning is a little bit softer. And then the BHA goes into the pores and helps exfoliate there. I will say it took me a while to feel like the BHA was doing something, but now I definitely notice it. So this is great because it's a combo. I don't know, I was having trouble finding a product that had AHA and BHA in it. I was finding just one or the other. So I really like that this is a 2-in-1 kind of exfoliating treatment. So I just use this all over my face. And then the next night I would use the next serum and the next serum and then come back to this. So each serum that I'm about to mention, I use about twice a week, and then whichever one is in rotation for that 7th day of the week. So then the next night, I clean my skin and all of that, and then I use a retinol type product. So right now I'm working on this Bliss Youth Got This Prevent 4 Pure Retinol. I also have used the Inkyless retinol and I really like it. I've used the Herbivore alternative to retinol. Pretty much anything retinol-ish I will use in this spot as long as it's serum. So this is the one I'm currently using. Again, the brand and product like package can change, but the ingredient is what I'm after. So I like to use this again in rotation about twice a week. And I think it's working. I feel like I'm doing okay. But again, I'm not looking for the super high percentages of retinol. I'm okay with kind of these drugstore brands or these entry level ones because I just don't feel like I need a ton on my skin yet. And so then the third night of this 3-night series before I repeat is a recovery night for me. So I did find that when I used things without a recovery serum in there or like an opportunity to recover, I would start to get peeling and just like overdo it with my skin. So now I do a recovery night. Currently, I'm using the Good Molecules Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I like to use something with hyaluronic acid or something that's just very nourishing without any actives to try to exfoliate or do anything else to the skin. It's really just for recovery for my skin. So a chance to drink up some hydration before I go through the exfoliation process again. And this one's nice. I'm not super tied to any brand, again, with hyaluronic acid, whatever works, but I do like to have something like this in the rotation for my skin to have a little bit of a break, chance to take a breath, and then keep going. So that is the serum situation. And again, I only use one a night. I just rotate on through. And then if I do have any active breakouts or maybe I pop something and then I feel like I should treat it, I have a spot treatment that I'm using. This is also from Clear Start. I was gifted this and it's great. I really like this one. This is the post-breakout fix. So it says it restores and fades. I use this on active breakouts, but then also when it's starting to go away, I will keep using this. I actually will use this morning and night if I have something going on, and it helps to just kind of bring it back. I don't have the spot as long after the breakout. Like sometimes you have the mark or the coloring on your skin kind of a while after you're done breaking out. So this does help me. I do like it. I'm almost out of it actually, but I do like to have some sort of spot treatment that I can use evening or night, just on any sort of areas that are currently breaking out or recovering from breaking out. Okay, and then the last two steps, I then do a moisturizer all over. So because I like my serum to be my primary focus for an active, I just look for a pretty basic moisturizer. The one I'm currently using is from Wander Beauty. It's the Dive In Moisturizer. I'm really not picky with moisturizer as long as there's not, like I don't want a vitamin C one, I don't want a retinol one, I just want it to moisturize. So that's kind of my only stipulation. This one I got in the Look Fantastic beauty box last year at some point. So I'm just kind of finishing it up. I do also, for the wintertime, try to pick a little bit of a heavier one, and in the summer, a lighter one. But this is kind of the last step. I'm sealing everything in and looking to kind of just moisturize throughout the night. And then in the wintertime, I do add an oil. Currently, I'm using this Lumen Nordic Sea Arctic Berry Oil Cocktail. I really like this. It smells amazing. It's a dual phase oil. But I will use this on the nights that I use the hyaluronic acid. I will layer this on top of the moisturizer to just really sink and add a little bit more. I also like to use this on my neck, chest, just to kind of press the oil into my skin. And it's very nice. So this one isn't something I use every day, but if I feel a little bit dry or I feel like my skin could benefit from it, I will add this in. And that wraps up the skincare routine. So I know I mentioned a lot of products, but in the morning, I can get through it pretty quickly, and then the same in the evening because I'm only using one of those serums. So I'm really just doing cleansing, eyes, serum, moisturize at night and kind of a similar style in the morning. I did want to mention a couple of treatments that I use. So I have 2 face masks here I want to call out. First, on occasion, I feel like I just need to use a scrub very lightly on my skin. But if there's been a couple of days that I've skipped my routine and I feel like just crap is building up on my skin, or sometimes after I travel quite a bit, I feel like my skin is just extra congested, I will use a scrub. I have this Amora Vixa refining facial polisher. This is fantastic. I also got this in a Look Fantastic box. It's expensive, but it's very nice. But I think the key thing here is I probably only use this once every other month. Like, I really don't use it very often, and I try to be very gentle when I put it on my skin. I'm not applying any pressure. I'm just letting it kind of glide over my face. So I do want to shout this out because this does help me on occasion. Or if I just am having like a lot of blackheads in an area, I will just kind of treat it, wash it off, and go from there. So this is something I do use on occasion. And then face masks, I try my best to do a face mask once a week. It doesn't always happen, but 2 that I really like. I have a more higher end and a more drugstore, but they're both great. The higher end one is the Herbivore Blue Tansy. This is my favorite mask, and I've tried to dupe it with the Acura one, and it's just not the same. But this is a resurfacing mask. I would say like a runny jelly consistency. It's very thin on the skin. Like, you don't need to cake it on to peel it off or anything like that. It's a wash off. So this actually lasts quite a while because it's such a thin consistency, but this is going to help exfoliate. So I would use this if I feel, again, like I have a lot of congestion in my skin, or I just need to kind of clear things out. Maybe I've got some bumpiness. This is what I'm going to use to treat it. It is so great. I highly recommend it. It's expensive, but maybe ask for it as a gift sometime. It's awesome. And it's usually included in their gift sets, like their little package deals. The other one I wanted to mention is the Bliss Mighty Marshmallow. This is a whipped mask. It says bright and radiant. I really just find this to be a soothing, calming mask. So if I ever feel like my skin is a little bit irritated, maybe it's dry, maybe it's just like wind chafed, maybe I just feel like it's looking a little dull, I will use this. It's kind of like an all-in-one. You can get this at Target or Ulta. So it's got this really nice kind of whipped cream consistency. It smells kind of bright and fruity, but I just really like this one. Put it all over, and after I wash it off, I just feel like my skin looks like brighter, plumper, ready to go. It just looks alive again. So this is like another little secret that I like to pull out on occasion when I feel like my skin needs it. I've kind of stuck to this similar routine looking for the same ingredients for a couple of years, and I'm really happy with it. I would recommend just trying to keep it simple by only doing like 1 active in the morning, 1 active at night, and rotating through. I also feel like I don't get a lot of sensitivity because I don't overdo the exfoliation. I don't overdo the retinol serums. It's always broken up into a cycle. And I think that has helped quite a bit because there was a while where I would do an exfoliating serum every night, and I think I've learned my lesson now. So anyway, that is my skincare routine. I hope you enjoyed. I will link as many of these products as I can down below for you if you are interested in any of them or want to read other reviews. But I just thought I'd share. So happy Vlogmas. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.